this thing on? All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Welcome to episode 4 of the Far Side of the Basement. As always, I am the Far Outpost, welcomed by Basement Jim Dad, a.k.a. Jay. We have a phenomenal show for you today. We got Darko of Darko Lifts and Darko Lifting, depending on if you're watching him lift or his company. He's going to join us in about 10 minutes. We're going to talk about, Jason is prepared. Look at this list of questions he gave me. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, Darko. I've got a ton of questions from a fan perspective. We've also got some questions from a manufacturing perspective. Super excited. But let's kick things off like always. Jay, would you like to start with your sponsors?
Oh, my sponsors. Boy, today I pulled one out from deep in the drawer. This was one I bought during COVID, actually, from Barbell Voodoo. This is the Golden Curls. Yes, let that sink in. Yeah.
And no Sorinex hat for you today.
No Sorinex hat. I'm letting the grays fly today.
All right.
You know? Yeah.
I don't have any grays yet. Well, my wife, I don't. Let's just keep her out of it. I don't have any grays yet. But anyway, I'm going with Attitude Iron. This is another one of the great individuals that I saw at homegym.com. He makes the maces. He's got a bunch of different kind of things going on, like side hustles, but he makes maces that are awesome. I grabbed the Hatchet mace, which is like the 2-sided one. He also, believe it or not, bought a Slater log from me 4 years ago when I was upgrading from the camp log that was like 65 pounds up to the big dog over there. And so my wife said, look, you don't need this many. She's like, you're not strong enough to have 2 strongman logs. Get rid of one. So he came down. He lives locally. He's about 45 minutes north of me, Dan. Awesome guy. And they still use it to this day. He hosts strongman competitions on the weekends. You can go see the log if you want. That one, just for people that were fans of the channel, that was the one where Steve Slater actually confirmed that it was like the 10th log they made. It had like the plate on it with his like grandpa's initials, and it was like number 10. Cool. So it had a little bit of kind of cool Midwest historical significance, but I needed the 190. 65 was just a warm up for me at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All those, strong backs ago.
Sounds it. Well, I'm glad that he bought the log probably for a good price, but hey, you bought a t-shirt.
I did. And then I guess the last thing to say is the Kodo grips came in. The Beyond Vultra's not here yet. The Nessie is about to get very comfortable with the Beyond Power Vultra that's supposed to be here tomorrow. We'll see how the delivery goes. I've also got a Longy bar coming from Darko, which I'll probably mention later. But yeah, so the Kodo grips came in, and that's it. That's what I've got today in your face while
that's
you
great.
watch the podcast.
It was a good week at the Outpost. Clearly,
yeah. The mail guy hates me.
Good.
We're all good.
They should. They all should. Yeah.
So what was your week like? What'd you see in equipment out there? What are you seeing?
Oh man, I'm seeing a lot in terms of on the influencer game. I'm seeing a lot of Vultra showing up. It looks like at people's houses. I think everybody's got a Vultra now, and everybody is finding a way to hook that up to any machine in their house.
Yeah.
So the good thing is plate load stuff is cool again because you can hook it up to a Vultra. The bad news is you're going to need about $2,500 to make yourself cool again. But I'm seeing a lot of that.
Yeah, mine hurt. Lisa approved it because I think she wants her and the kids want to use it, which is the only reason it got approved. But yeah, that was a painful button push after years of barbells and plates, and
And you went with one, right?
We went with one. I feel like this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ride with that one. And if I feel like I have to have 2 for any reason, and there's a bunch of hacks we can do with the Longy bar. That was the reason we got it. It's because there's a lot of versatility, like Mike has a bunch of stuff out there. If we need 2 though, I'm going to reach out to somebody that I know has had one for a couple years and just see if they're getting ready to upgrade or if they're getting ready to do something. I'll try to get the second one used, I guess is what I'm saying. But I think the news of the week for me was Hansu Power came back out with the chromes on sale. They've got the 455 kilogram chrome set. These are not the painted ones. These are the first ones that like Basement Brandon reviewed and really liked. For, I believe, shipped to me in Indiana. They're coming from Los Angeles, but shipped to me was like $2,400, which is at least at least $1,000 lower than a comparable set at Rogue. Rogue is like 3,300, but after shipping, it's like almost 4 shipping and tax. And then of course the Hanzu ones that I want are, closer to 5, right? Because they're painted. And so they're like kind of their more premium offering. But if you see anything for sale on my Facebook page that looks like plates, and it looks like the total of all of them together adds up to around $2,400.
Yeah.
I may have some chromes here in a couple weeks.
Do you know what's funny, Scott? You know this. You've had chromes. You've had Ivanko chromes.
Yeah.
And I always looked at chromes and I was like, you just lift them, right? Until I saw the ones for sale, a couple hours away, and I was thinking, I got to get them. And so now, I lift with my Eleiko UMass chrome calibrateds, and I get, thank God people look at those and don't look at my lifting, so they get blinded by the chromes. And Basement Brandon's joined. I'm going to guess that the code for Hansu is basement.
Could it be basement?
I believe it's basement.
Could it be basement? I don't know. This is what I'll say, Mr. Brandon. I have put your code in, and it got it to like 4,500. And unless you want me living in your basement, I don't think Lisa's ready for me to. I don't think she's ready for me to exercise your code yet. But yeah, hey, I'm gonna do some shout outs. So obviously, Lone Stag's here, Carp's here, Basement's here, Home Gym Markets Place here. The way we're gonna do this, because I'm a little manic with the highlighting, is we're gonna talk and like just host this for the first couple minutes, and then when Darko joins, we're not going to do any commenting while he's here. My wife will be here taking some questions down, and if there's good ones, we'll ask him at the end. But we don't want to distract. Jason's carrying enough weight on this podcast without me being distracted by the comments. So just know that they're not going into the ether. But if we don't highlight you until after the interview, that's why. Oh wait, what's
Hansu was cooler before they charged shipping. Yeah, it's true. Although their combo rack is still an incredible deal, right? Their combo rack with bar, I think, and collars. I don't want to quote myself, but it's like
this is what I'll say. What I'll say is that
look it up.
I'll say like they look so nice. I feel like the Ivankos were kind of a labor of love for me because I refinished them myself, and so it was kind of like a cool, lockdown project. But those, every time I see a video of someone, Jose, No Way Jose, or Basic Brandon, or TP Strong. Every time I see one of those guys throw like a giant number up with the Hanzu painted chromes, I'm like, it makes me wish that I was strong again.
Well, yeah. And that Hanzu rack that I was just talking about, you can get the combo rack, right? The competition combo rack with a bar, with competition collars, $13.99. Right?
Nice.
That's
all
a
right.
steal.
Well, what do you say? You want to get him in here?
Oh, do I ever?
Let's do it. I'll give him just a second. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yes.
How you guys doing today?
Good.
Oh, doing great.
Good. How's the new podcast setup treating you?
So right now I'm in my house. It is very hot at the warehouse right now. So I was like, there's zero chance I'm doing it. Like right now, we're having a heat wave in Southern California. So the warehouse right now is 96 degrees.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Right now it dipped down to 50% humidity. So it's miserable in there right now. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing another podcast from there today.
Well, I want to extend.
I was going to say the New Englander of me wants to ask: is it a dry heat, Darko?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or
normally we have a dry heat in Southern California, but right now we're having crazy. Like I got into the warehouse this morning; it was 86 in the warehouse at 7 a.m. with 78% humidity.
That's pretty good.
Oh my God.
So it's been a rough couple of days right now.
So yeah, I guess I'll have to check your post and see if you added your weight this morning. See if it's dramatically lower from the team.
No, I didn't today. I didn't get a workout in today. It's been, kids just started back at school like a week ago, so we're my whole schedule is a little bit off at the moment.
Nice. Well, I did see the shipping notification on my Longy bar, so thank you very much for braving the 80 whatever percent.
Oof. Yeah,
I heard he went in today just to be sure to get that out.
Right.
Yeah. That was his goal for today. He's like, it's hot. But we got to do it, Scott.
We got to do it.
Yeah.
So, Jay, let me ask. Well, no. Why don't you jump into it, Jay?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Cool. first, Darko, it's unbelievable for you to be here today,
The
right? I
Oh,
mean,
no, thanks for having me.
the
Thanks for having
first
me.
guest. I mean, I'm not going to say that I've been a long time lurker or whatnot, but I'll say I'm a follower. I'm a fan,
Yeah.
right? I love the fact that we get to see you lift, use your products. I love the morning weigh-in. I love everything about your content and what you're doing for the home gym community, the marketplace, you name it. So it's a real honor to have you here. And thank you for taking time out of your Thursday, I guess, afternoon out there. So
it's
No,
lunchtime
thank you
in
guys for having
California.
me. I was looking for any reason to get out of the warehouse a little bit early today. So
I'm happy to be anyone's excuse to get out of work. So I guess we'll jump in, Darko, with the first question. And we want to hear a little bit about yourself, which is probably one of the hardest things to do, and really about how you first got into it, but from a kind of a different lens. Like looking back, if you could look back, what advice would you give yourself when you were building that very first product, knowing what you know now?
knowing what I know now, I guess it's just really believing in the product. So when I first made the barbell anchor, I really only thought we were going to sell maybe 50 sets of it. So like when you're ordering only 100 pieces of something, your price is a lot higher. I didn't know my pricing was way off, especially just because I didn't factor in my shipping and all that stuff. And I think now it's I'm a lot more confident when we release products now than I was when we first started, because at that point I really thought it was going to be like, so I'm going to sell 50. It might be a little bit of like side money like every month, but like it obviously turned into something a lot bigger than that. So a lot of it is just having, being more confident. I would tell myself just be a little more confident in what we're doing. Because that obviously the barbell anchor still to this day is one of our best selling products.
I mean, it's brilliant.
I
That's
just,
great.
we got real lucky on that one, but no, it's just, being a little more confident in it because, and then trying to actually do the number. I came from a marketing background, so I didn't have any idea as far as, pricing, your shipping, your packaging material, the tape, your shipping labels, all of these things. So like, I think the first 100 units I sold, I don't know if I made any money on at all because my pricing was off. And, that's just, something you gotta figure out. I mean, now we got it dialed in, but at the beginning it was definitely a kind of a learning lesson there.
Nice.
That's
okay,
great.
so now to tag onto that, and Carp stole it, so I'll give you credit, Carp. But when you were going through that, then at what point did you decide adding all the colors and the customizations was like kind of a differentiator for you? Like,
so part of that was just because people started asking for colors. So I actually was paying someone else that had a 3D printer to print color liners for the barbell anchor. And I mean, literally, my LLC is still black and white lifting. And we're doing business as Darko lifting, but that the whole idea was to do black and white everything. And so then people started asking for colors, so we did red, blue, and green. I think were the first initial like liner colors for the barbell anchor, and those were kind of popular. But once I brought in my own 3D printing, and then we expanded out to like 14 colors. I mean, nowadays I would think almost 40% of our orders have some color on it somewhere, which is really cool to see. It's just like everyone wants to color match their gym, so being able to do that, I think it's pretty neat.
Yeah, that was
so.
That
With
was
that,
really
what's your favorite color? Because you do some awesome colors.
Right now, I mean, my gym, it's black. I mean, I got the white Rogue RM3 with all black accessories, and then I've added like a lime green as kind of like a highlight color. I still am like a big Monster Energy guy, so like black and neon green is still like one of my color schemes that I really like. Cool. But then after we did this year at Home Gym Con, we did the pink, and I was like, man, that looks pretty cool too. So I don't know, there might be a change coming at some point.
Yeah, that was one of the selling points for me, was the fact that it was like hot pink. Like 80s is all my triathlon kind of bike stuff is 80s neon. Okay, so that's why I bugged Darko, I think, the entire 3 days, and he was like, "Can you just come back on the last day?" And I'm like, "Please sell it to me, ring my card up."
Yeah, it was kind of cool. A lot of people were like, "I don't really like that. I mean, the hot pink doesn't really match." But like, but it looks really good, so I'll take it anyways. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, there were so many things in your booth that I wish I had grabbed. I was trying to let other people have the experience, right? And But looking back at it now, I'm like, oh, next year, dude. Next year, you're in trouble. So,
Yeah, you know, I think next year we're gonna definitely bring stuff to like purposefully sell.
yeah.
Where this year it was mostly just to display things, and then whatever was on display we would sell. Where next year I think we're gonna probably, because this year we actually packed outside of the rack. We literally packed everything we brought to Home Gym Con in suitcases and brought them on the airplane with us. So we're sitting there lugging 8 suitcases through the airport full of gym equipment. Where next year we're probably going to send pallets out.
Yeah.
Because I think we're going to try and probably do like 2 power racks next year, probably a little bit of a bigger setup. Everything seems to get a little cramped this year. So we'll definitely bring more stuff to, like, since we're doing a pallet, we can bring stuff intentionally to sell.
Yeah. And I just want to say, Basin, we're going to get to your comments. Hang on there. I know where you're headed there. We're headed there too. But I want to say, to keep us on the manufacturing side of these, what is a product that took you far longer to perfect than most customers would realize?
Well, I mean, if anyone's aware of our spotter arms, we're about 2 years on spotter arms right now.
Wow.
So that one, you know, part of that is just not also having the time to dedicate to product development at this moment. We're so busy fulfilling orders that, I mean, we came back from Home Gym Con and I think our queue was like 320 orders behind.
I believe it.
Wow.
So even right now we've been, I mean, pounding orders out the door, and I think today we finally got under 100, and that lasted about 4 minutes. So it's but it's, you know, some products, a lot of time it's either not having design time, or it's just, you know, a manufacturing thing where something's going to end up costing, you know, I could do my spotters right now, but it's going to cost $700 a set. So
Gotcha.
We're not going to do that because there's no point. No one's going to buy them. So sometimes it just depends. Certain products we can knock out in a couple weeks. Certain products, I mean, Nessie took about 7 months, 8 months, I think, from initial concept to release.
Yeah, but that's such a winner, man. You don't know. I can't wait till you see all the ways I'm going to use that starting this weekend when they get to. I have so many plans for that thing.
He's going to need to rebrand his whole website, basically, with videos of you using the Nessie.
There's, unfortunately for all of us, there's better looking models, but I'll give those models some ideas.
Go on. So now we talked about how the spotter arms have not made it to market, mostly because of price and everything else. But has there ever been something else that you've worked on that you've loved that as you got closer, you just couldn't find a way to get it to that finish line?
We haven't had that situation happen yet. I mean, we did have a product that we've retired already just because it didn't sell well based on, and then just our margin, when we looked at the margin, it didn't really make sense to keep selling it. Granted, if we had it now, it'd probably sell quite a few of them, because it was basically, it was called the Voodoo low pulley, and it was a, you know, foot plate / leg holder, just like every company, you know, started coming out with in the last year. But we had this, we came out with that 3 years ago, and it was made to work with a Rogue slinger, because basically I had a slinger, but then, you know, there wasn't really a good leg holder option without buying their giant seat. And I didn't want a whole giant seat. You know, I wanted just a leg holder and a leg foot plate, and I could roll my bench up to it. But at the time, there weren't a lot of people with slingers, because the slinger, you know, it wasn't the greatest product, you know, that Rogue's ever released.
I mean, remember they had it on like a bungee for a while. They didn't have the plate stack yet, so it was like kind of like a weird.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but it wasn't a great product. But for me, it worked. I mean, it was a good product for me, but that's why we came out with the Voodoo. But then, you know, the sales were slow on the product, just because it didn't really make a lot of sense, because a lot of people didn't have slinger products. It was this time when the Aries came out, everyone was doing the in-rack lat pull down or low roast, you know, kind of solutions.
Yeah.
Where now I'm like, man, with so many Vultras out there, this thing probably would have absolutely killed it, because it would have been out before every other company brought theirs to market. But it is what it is.
So here's what's funny is, and this goes in there. This is what Basement said, and obviously a nice like Mike, welcome, saying Voodoo was ahead of its time, and Basement agrees, and you agree. But is that another in a long line of examples of you being the most copied man in the home gym space?
Put it on a shirt.
You know, a lot of people are, I guess, are inspired by what we're doing. Um, yeah,
That's the marketing guy in you, Darko.
yeah,
That's very good. That was good.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand it from one point of view. It's easy. Like, why, if someone's making something cool and, they're doing well off of it, well, why don't I just do the same thing and I can also make money?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. I don't like it. It's annoying. It's super. But it's part of it's part of the business, unfortunately, at this point in time, especially with, in the last, our popularity has gotten rather high over the last couple of years, especially in the home gym marketplace. So you kind of just expect, people see success, they want to mimic it. But I think there's ways to do it.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery, right?
Yeah.
So they're flattering the heck out of you. I mean,
yeah, I'd probably prefer to
you'd be
less
blushing
flattered.
24 hours a day, basically, from the home gym community.
Yeah, man. I don't know what the answer is, because you're probably in a situation where I'm assuming you have to do the math in your head of like, what does it cost me to fight this versus what does it cost me to just keep selling out my website every time I post, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, for us, I don't think anyone can really beat us on speed for the most part. Even people that are, especially when some of these companies are importing things from China or other countries, anytime you order something from them, it's coming on a boat. It's coming 2 months, 3 months. Where for us, if we need a product, we're out of stock. We can have brand new product in probably about 2 weeks.
Nice,
ready to go. I think that's just one of those things, especially when we come with a new product. We can basically, if we can go fast in certain things, we can go really fast. We can go from concept to market in 6 weeks. Where at that point, by the time we even release it, it's going to be months and months and months before anyone, and then we'll have at least enough market kind of share at that point that it doesn't really affect us a ton. It's more just it's just kind of annoying with certain companies that copy us more often than others.
This is how I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I feel like the home gym communities, we're pretty tight. I would spend more for a Darko product. I don't even know what the conversation would be. So I feel like the people that are getting kind of taken by those kind of late adopter copy people, those are just people that aren't really part. They're not really part of the community. They're kind of the random person in some corner of the United States that like has to put a gym together really quickly, and they're like Jason. I started out with a Titan gym because I didn't know what I was doing when I started building. Right, I didn't know to just go to I didn't know.
Yeah, I
right,
still have mine. Come on.
Well, you're a lot stronger than me, though. You can lift with
I'd
whatever
be stronger.
you want.
We've talked about this.
With a 405 bench, you can lift on whatever you want. Okay, I rep 2 1/4. I need a good looking rack. Okay, so sorry. You go ahead.
I guess. No, I was just going to basically say the same thing. I remember there was a post you made a few weeks ago about, I don't know, I'll probably misquote you now, but you said like woke up and saw 5 products. Either knocked off, ripped off. So it's got to eat at you. I know that. And like Scott said, your place in the community is very unique, right? You started in the forums, you started, getting ideas and building, and then you've made your journey so public that it's been fun for someone even like me from a distance, like watching you work out at home in the white rack, building a few things to add on, to really using your own training to then start selling it, to then get to a point where you've now got the warehouse with a black rack, but yet you're still back training. I said this earlier, I love that you post, the morning weight 194, squats are going, right? Because you're not just the creator, you're not just the entrepreneur, you're not just the innovator in the marketplace. You're a guy who likes to lift.
We know who our dude is. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
People can clone it all they want, but
this is our dude. Our guy.
Yeah. Hey, and Home Gym Marketplace, your question's coming up. You're stealing it from Jay, but Jay, go ahead.
What's that? About the danglers? There's a lot of comments, and there's a lot of comments coming in about danglers right now. So
people love the danglers. We sell quite a few of those. It's actually kind of wild.
Well, I was going to ask you a question actually that, it didn't focus on the danglers, but to give some line of sight into kind of what it takes to get into your head for manufacturing. Like taking an easy concept like the dangler, like you're probably sitting there
Mhm.
working out one day, doing a cable exercise. Maybe it's a delt pullback or a tricep pull down where you're holding on to the cable ball and you're like, wait, I can make something better. So, it, to me, I'm like, oh, I picture you with a napkin, the old napkin, drawing it and then maybe doing a CAD or whatever, and then making one, trying it, testing tolerance, yada, yada. But I would love to hear if you're open to sharing just a little bit of how you got through that process with a product like that.
So that product actually it originated. I mean, some of our products, I'll be honest, have originated completely as meme products, and you know, the dangler's one of them. It actually started on Home Gym Discord, and can't remember exactly the terminology, but basically they wanted a cable handle that was shaped like that. Um, but yeah, from there, it was basically I probably printed somewhere between like 12 and 15 different sizes to get just the one that fit well for me. And
Mhm.
all of my products, all of them start out that way. That's why we had the shorty bar before the longy bar. I'm more of a narrow puller. I wanted something that fit me versus, what everyone in the world wants. Selfishly, it has worked well. So the dangler, same thing. Um, just a lot of different products or a lot of different prototypes to get the size that I felt worked well. I don't have the biggest hand, I don't have the smallest hand, so figure it's kind of somewhere in the middle that works out for most people. But yeah, it's just a matter of for us that was a very quick turnaround
Mhm.
for that type of product.
See, I love that you said about the testing and learning, right? Because you are a lifter,
But
you're
again,
able to
it's
make a
certain products are fast, some products are slow, some of them are natural iterations.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know if
I think that's what helps me so much is like I still consider myself a home gym owner first and then like a manufacturer second. Like I still geek out about gym equipment as much as anybody. And I mean, I literally just, I have a road curl bar and I just got the stainless steel one in last night. There's no need for it,
Hmm.
but I'm still a, absolute equipment junkie. So, but I think that's what helps me, especially with why our products are so successful is because I'm a person that actually uses my home gym versus someone that's a product designer first
Mhm.
versus like a home gym user.
Yeah, and I grew up as a wide puller, so that's why I went longy bar.
Yeah,
And there
yeah.
wasn't even that's what I tested at Home Gym Con too, right? That's why I was kind of
Mm.
over there pulling on it because that's just what's natural to me. But the fact that there's options is phenomenal, phenomenal. And so now
Yeah,
we get to the most important question of the night. Are you ready? We've warmed you up. Are you warmed up?
yeah. I'm ready.
in in a world, I feel like I should do this with the movie voice. In a world full of low cost imports, how do you balance quality, innovation, and price?
um, that's pricing is always a very interesting thing to get into uh, when it comes to products. Because there are products where you could sell it for more if you really, really wanted to, and people would buy it. Um, I just don't believe in that. We try to make a product or fair, a fair price. I mean, especially it doesn't matter if it's a small product or a large product. Everything we try to at least sell at a price that makes sense for the consumer, makes sense for us. Obviously, we're a business. We got to make money. Um, but it's like but then also we also do very dumb, silly things like the Nessie. The Nessie should have been about 460, I think, base price. It's $420.69, right? Like,
Yeah, we all caught it.
yeah, I'm 42 years old and I'm still a
Oh, I
child.
get it now. I get it. I get it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So sometimes there are things that are meme worthy enough to where that's what we'll
Yeah,
settle in on.
but you were on Knurled News right before Home Gym Con. Didn't you say
Mhm.
that like Nessie is like, I mean, that's like a top seller, right?
Yeah, that's been selling really, really well. Again, I think it's just one of those things that like I wanted for my home gym when I was using my Voltra, and then because you see so many people out there trying to figure out a solution to like either get their Voltra up higher, use it for something like lat pull downs, use it for belt squats. So I think we kind of grouped all that into one product. That was easy and light enough to move around.
Yeah.
So that one, and I think people are very understanding of everything it offers, even though it is, it's our most expensive product. But again,
Come on,
I think
belt
for what they're
squats
getting,
under your T-bar row, lat pulls up top. I mean, there's so much.
But-
There's so many things I'm waiting to do for this thing. It's gonna be awesome.
And on Knurled News, you mentioned that it comes with a bunch of different, I don't know if you said it was shims or different, different ways you can adjust it to fit any rack and in any location, right? So, I mean, for that price, it's the versatility you're able to provide. It sounds like a real winner.
Yeah, I mean, just if you're going to buy just a lat extension from Beyond Power, it's like $250, I think, or maybe a little bit more, somewhere around there, I think. Or if you're going to buy any, horns from, Black Widow or Irwin Fitness or any of these companies, it's going to be a couple $100 already. Where basically the Nessie replicates that, and then you can adjust the angle, you can move it down below your rack. I mean, there's just so many things you can do with it to where it's like for an extra $200 or less than $200, you get all these extra features. So I think just for people with Ultra, it just makes I think they see the value in it.
Yeah, 100%. All right, now moving away from manufacturing, we're getting to know Darko the guy here. And you could say stainless steel curl bars if you want. But what is your most underrated piece of equipment in your home gym?
Ooh, underrated piece of equipment in my home gym. That is a really good question.
He's gonna say like his scale or something like that. His body fat
you know,
analyzer.
The one thing that I get asked about all the time in all of my videos, and it's something I use every single day, every single exercise, is my kitchen timer. That's on my rack.
Really?
There you go.
All the time. I get asked about it all the
time. Do you use it for breaks or? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, because you can just quickly set 2 minutes, and it's magnetic. It's 6 of the rack. I got a white and black one, so it matches. But I get asked about that all of the time, and I mean I have 2 of them in my gym, just because one's on my rack and one's on the other side of the gym, and I use those. I mean, every single workout, I use those things.
Yeah.
And
Are you trying?
They're super valuable.
Are you trying to keep your heart rate up, or are you just trying to stay like undistracted?
Undistracted, because I tend to, I get my phone out and I start looking at Instagram and everything like that. And all of a sudden, if I don't set those timers, it'll be 6 minutes between a set.
Yeah.
So
Is
just
that
to kind of stay on pace.
For Home Gym Marketplace, is it magnetic?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen every one of your stories for years. I always try to leave a comment or something so you know that you got fans out there. I don't think I've ever seen the timer. I've never even looked.
I haven't seen the timer.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll notice it. Anytime I finish a set, I basically walk over and click something on my rack.
Gotcha.
At the end of every single set. Yeah. Wow. You'll see it now, and it'll be there in every single video.
It's gonna be like when you see the red doorknob in The Sixth Sense.
You can't
now I'm gonna not unsee it, and I'm gonna see the timer everywhere. But you're right. I mean, I work out with my Apple Watch, and I never used to, but I wear it now because same thing. I'd find myself just like, let me change the song a few times, check Facebook Marketplace, go on the Instagram or whatever, and then you look down and you're like, all right, that was 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So now I make sure that I sit and I look at my watch when I finish, when I start, and keeps me honest. And then I realize my workouts are way quicker. So I can get more family time in.
Yeah, no, I would definitely look it up. You'll know. I mean, but yeah, you'll notice it in all my videos now. It's
the red
always
door
on my rack. Yeah.
Yeah. Staying on kind of Darko the guy, but also with the community element of Darko, what trends do you see right now that are the most exciting to you?
I mean, I think digital resistance is hard to ignore. I mean, I've had a Ultra for a year and a half now. I mean, I think it's going to be one of those things that everyone has one in their home gym at some point, just because of how much utility you get out of them. But again, at some point, I can imagine most people will circle back to the old barbell and plates. I'm more of a hybrid. I still squat bench deadlift, and then use my Voltro for a lot of accessory work. But you're starting to see a lot of people use the Voltras for everything.
Yeah.
And that I don't think that's going to last forever.
That's what we were joking about before you came on, because we were saying, what have we seen a lot of this week?
Oh my gosh.
And I said, I'm seeing a Voltra hooked up to every plate load machine under the sun. Leg press, hack squat, leg curl. I haven't seen it yet on I have seen it on the preacher bench, but hooked up to the bar. It's like, it's hooked up to everything. I just, at some
they're
point,
the Peloton of the 2025 and 2026s, man.
It just reminds me when you saw the lever arms and people were like doing everything possible with them and posting on the community, hey, look what I did today. It only took me 74 minutes to set it up. And I did 3 sets of 5, but it was awesome. It was awesome. I feel like it's getting there a little bit, not to that extreme because it's way easier and quicker to set up, but you're seeing so much. They're forcing it almost in a workout.
Yeah, I mean, I set up my leg extension, leg curl machine, a previous one I had with the Voltra, and it works. It's really nice. The problem is that anytime my wife wants to use it, she's immediately annoyed. Because you got to like load it, and then if it already has tension on it, it's like it doesn't function the exact same way. You kind of have to go through a couple extra steps of press to start it. To where I don't personally think Voltra stacks are the way, in my opinion. I think it's having a machine with a weight stack and then being able to add a Voltra on top of that somehow. I haven't really seen companies do that well yet. I think that will make a lot more sense to me personally. Because if you're using a gym, especially with other people, not everyone wants to learn how to use a Voltra and move it around and do all this. Because like my daughter trains also now, but she does it a lot of times when I'm at work. So like my wife has to walk her through have her kind of set up things where, trying to have my 11-year-old daughter trying to work through the Voltra and like unhook it and move it around to different machines. Like that's not going to work at all. So I think the machines are going to come. I mean, because like Temple of Gains had tons of their machines that were all Voltra based. I think we're going to find, I think we're going to find somewhere more in the middle where you're going to have weight stacks in a way where the Voltra integrates on top of that.
Okay.
That's
interesting. That'd be interesting to see.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. Now, is it your opinion because it's something that you're kind of thinking on, or is it just like the natural progression of what you think's where we're gonna head?
To me, that's just the natural progression. I mean, I'm not interested in making machines or anything like that. That's too much. There's already so many companies out there that are doing it very well.
Well,
but it's just my personal, like, the way my business has grown is by making products that I like in my gym and things that I wanted. If I'm getting annoyed trying to move this Voltra around to different machines, I'm not the only person that's annoyed trying to do that. So that's where I just don't. I think it's not going to really work out that way. Where you have 6 machines, none of them have a weight stack.
Yeah,
and you're just moving your Voltra around your gym.
I cleared out a lot of sense. I cleared out one upright for the Nessie, and I've got the area around it clear enough that everything I think I want to do, I'm going to do on that one upright, and that was kind of my plan. But here's one more for you. I'm gonna get the serious voice out, Jason, because this is something that Jason and I talk about every episode. Our favorite mistakes. So, as someone who's done your second gym, what are the mistakes you either see people make most often when someone's building their first gym, or you experienced in your first gym that you were able to correct in your second gym?
Oh, I mean, the amount of mistakes I've made in my home gym is it's a big number. It's a very big number. Let's see. COVID started. I bought a half rack fitness gear rack from Dick's Sporting Goods. That lasted about 3 or 4 months. And then I went and made another mistake, and I bought a Ethos wall mounted rack from Dick's Sporting Goods with the one with the pegs on the side that didn't even have holes on it.
Yes.
That lasted about 3 months, 4 months. I think I'm on my 11th bench right now.
Okay.
Because I kept just buying things that were kind of cheap, and then I buy one just a little bit more expensive, and then just I don't know. I have my AB3 from Rogue right now, but I've probably spent $4,000 on benches. So
Wow.
those are all mistakes. A lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes made. But I think starting a home gym now, I mean, one, if you're confident that you're able to work out in a home gym, I think that's the biggest issue for most people, is knowing whether or not they're capable of, having a home gym and using it consistently to make it worth their while. Because if you know that it's possible, just buy nice to begin with.
Yeah, buy once, cry once. Yeah.
And if you're still not certain, buy Rogue stuff, because at least you can resell Rogue stuff at a very, at a decent margin.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of other stuff out there.
Yeah, I agree. I had the kids living with me at the time when I built mine, and so it made it easy to be accountable. It made it easy to be disciplined because I wanted my children to see it. But I also selfishly, the time with them goes quick, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Like, it goes quick. And so you got to take every second you can get. And then they're all either, in their 30s and moved out, or the youngest is finishing up college. So now it's just me. And it is like, it's easier to go to the pool. Easier to go to the pool sometimes. And I'm not having any more kids, but I'm with you. Like, you need to have the mindset that you don't need, a commercial gym pushing you, or you don't need, a community pushing you to be in this environment successful, like you two gentlemen are. So,
I mean, it's also hard because a lot of people, you go to a commercial gym, you might bench press, but you're probably not deadlifting, and you sure as hell aren't squatting at a commercial gym. Most people. So when you get your first home gym, it's like, all right, I can bench, and then I guess I could try squatting, and I can maybe try deadlifting, and then they don't do it. So like your whole home gym that you built is literally a glorified bench station.
Yeah, I love that analogy.
It's just one of those things where the home gym doesn't make sense for a lot of people. Like, if you don't like squatting and you don't like deadlifting, having a home gym doesn't to me make a lot of sense, unless you're gonna put 8 machines in your gym, which is cool. I mean, I wish I had the space to do it. I would.
That's happening a lot now. Machines have taken over the landscape this year. I think I'm going to get to the point in the next 10 years where I have the Watsons and AB3 and my triathlon stuff. And that's really all I have, because I can do everything with the Watsons and the Voltra at this point that I could do. And I'm getting ready. Jason, we'll see how, Jason's got to listen to me every Thursday when we chat here, right? But we'll see how long this 6-post rack lasts. I may go to a foldable rack if all I'm really doing is dumbbell and Voltra, and I can put the Nessie on one post. Yeah, I may really simplify my life in the next year. You know what I mean?
I have thought so often about going half rack, like, with the spotters and the dumbbell storage behind it. I forget if it's still called a half rack if you do that. It's like the half rack conversion or whatever, with the front stability feet. Just, but right now I just have the small Titan rack still. I know, we all know, 2x2, I know. But I keep thinking, like, to optimize the space, like push it back a little bit, because I'm not lifting inside and outside anymore. I'm all inside. And is it needed? Is a 6-post rack needed? Another conversation for another day. Jeez.
Yeah. I went down to a 4-post for a little while, and I didn't like it.
For me, it's just the storage on the 6-post, because I used to have, I think I had 3 weight trees or 4 weight trees at one point floating around my little basement. And I was just like, this is crazy. So I got the extension kit, sold all the weight trees, and just had floor space that is better, because, young kids, they come down here with me. At least they're not running into, weight pegs everywhere, but now they lift. So now it's even more fun.
And Carp had a video up this week of his daughter deadlifting. Like, I love the next generation for all of you. I'm done, gentlemen. I'm old.
Dude,
I'm done.
Not to totally jump gears, but like last Sunday, I got to post a video where my son and daughter both benched.
That's right.
And
that's right.
I bought them a 15-pound bar that they mess around with, but my son is now tall enough that his feet touch the ground on the bench, and he's just turned 10. And I sat there and I was like, this is incredible. Like, he's changing your first diaper. There's taking the first car ride. But watching your son bench on your bench and have his feet down and do what he's doing, man, what a feeling. And then my daughter gets on there. She's like, I can do it too. And then she starts pumping out reps. And I'm like, it just reminds me of a story. My son was either 4 years or 5 years old. He went to my brother-in-law's house. And in New England, of course, we all have basements. Cheap plug, basement Brandon. This is the best basement in New England. But he looks down there and it was just a regular basement. So he looks at my brother-in-law. He's got his little, he's like 4 or 5, looks at him and goes, "What's wrong with your basement?" My brother-in-law goes, What's wrong with it? He goes, "Well, where do you get strong?" Like that. And it's just this moment that just stuck with me because it is this next generation, Scott, like what we're doing and showing people, like Carp said it last week, home gyms are the new man towns.
Yeah.
Right. And our kids are seeing it. And like Darko, you said it, they're seeing commitment. They're seeing discipline. They're learning the right way to lift most cases. So they're not going
that's
up.
important.
And it's amazing. My son, he's going to bench 450 one day. He will do that while in a penalty box for hockey. But yeah.
All right. We've had you on for a while here. We're gonna ask you one more real question. Then we're gonna do some rapid fire. And then if you have time, we'll take some guest questions. If not, we respect that. But Jay, you want to hit him with that last future vision?
Yeah. If we sat down 5 years from now, what would you hope Darko Lifting is known for?
Same thing we're known for now. Just making good products that make sense for people's home gyms, having good customer service, fair pricing, and just being original. I think that's the main thing. We could have made 100 products by now that were all just copies or iterations of other people's products, and that's not something we strive to do. We want to make original products. So 5 years from now, that's would be my expectation, is still being known for making kind of, having new ideas compared to just, being inspired by their companies. And,
That's right. Nice.
Just making good products. I think it's one thing to be a small manufacturer making things in America. Mm-hmm. It's already difficult enough, but it's something that we are pretty proud of. So, 5 years from now, it's just made in America, original products.
Hey, Scott, right. Can I go off? Can I go off script for one more from a marketing geek perspective? Because Darko, I didn't know you were a marketing guy at heart, and that's my day job. So, with your company and with your website, do you look at your web analytics? Are you like, oh man, this product is getting a ton of hits on the site, but the return they're not clicking through? Do you look at things like that at the business level?
I don't at all.
No.
Unfortunately,
all right,
I just unfortunately, I did marketing for a long time, and marketing is probably the worst thing we do
you don't need it,
right? Yeah, we just don't need it. That's the problem.
Yeah,
we're so backed up that if we actually had really good marketing, I would be worried.
And honestly, I think the worst thing he could say is, I'm staring at analytics with 100 back orders that he has to pack tomorrow. I think the crowd would riot.
I know the data geek side of me had to ask the question once I learned, because I've been on his website a ton looking around, and I just was curious.
Sorry. I look at traffic every once in a while, but again, it's there's not really a need to when we're backed up. There's never been a time where we haven't been backed up.
With your numbers in backlog, I don't think you need it. But
that's it. Yeah, 5 years from now, he hopes to still have never looked at those numbers.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, load up some questions for us. I'm going to do a quick rapid fire with him, and then we'll see if we can get some in. But so, Darko, no fair thinking. Just the first thing that rolls off your tongue. Favorite lift?
Bench.
Okay. Most used piece of gym equipment in your personal space?
Voltra.
Okay. Most innovative fitness product you've seen recently? That's kind
of one. I would say Voltra. I don't know if that is considered recently, but Voltra.
One gym purchase everyone regrets?
Rackable curl bar.
Ooh, is your stainless steel not rackable?
No, I got the stainless steel cable curl bar for the Voltra.
Okay, I like it. And then last one, best customer feedback you've ever received?
Longy bar, basically, paraphrase. It feels like this is a luxury product in my home gym.
That's great.
Jason, I did not submit that review. I haven't got it yet, but I will submit a very similar review, most likely.
Scott's is going to be Scott's is going to be Darko walked into the sweat box and got my product out, and it feels great. And
yeah, mine's going to be like, I needed this. That's what mine's going to be. Yeah. All right,
that's been popular.
Yeah. Well, and like I understand what you're saying about the shorter, the narrow pole people. I totally get that. I've always been like the, as wide as I can get on it is kind of where I want to be. I like that.
Big back, big bench.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got in here. Anybody? Carp wants to know.
Who's got questions?
Yeah, Carp wants to know if you've seen the Giant Axis. Have you seen the Giant Axis instead of the Vultra?
The Giant, isn't that a like an Aries type of power rack setup? I thought. No,
I don't know. Big J is the he's the Giant aficionado. Jay, have you heard of the Axis?
I thought the Axis was
looking right now.
Aries version of the Giant lifting. I thought maybe.
Yeah, and then we got Oh, go ahead.
Giant Lifting is one of those companies that I honestly don't really, as bad as that is to say, I don't really pay attention to them.
Yeah, Jay's got a whole different niche than you and I have.
The Axis is the half rack. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then here you go. Here's one from Seth over at Lone Stag. He said, I've been with a 4-post rack with a drop-in Rhino for 4 years now, doing everything off the front of the rack. He's never looked back. The 6-post rack is a thing of the past for him.
Yeah. See, yeah, I had a 6-post. I converted to a 4-post with a drop-in Rhino, and yeah, I didn't like it. I don't like using safety spotters so much as I like safety straps. I just love being able to like tap them and without being that jarring kind of feeling to it. And that's why I made like my safety strap brackets on my power rack actually are made to work with spotter arms. That way you can actually put safety straps on the outside of your rack. But yeah, I don't know. I like being inside a rack. It makes me feel comfortable and cozy. Like even when I did the Lift Hard Live Easy using the combo rack, I do not like that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel like when I bench off the front, I had a setup where I had a monolifts on the inside of the rack for flat bench, and then monolifts on the outside of the rack for incline bench, because my kids they were okay with benching, but they actually weren't big enough to move the monolifts. They were so heavy and like lifting above their head and stuff when they were younger. So I just set up 2 sets, and that was the only time I benched off front, and I didn't love it. I'll do overhead press stuff off the front just fine.
Yeah,
but I don't want to. I feel like if I'm benching, I just want to be able to drop it on the straps and call it a day. I don't know why I'm worried about. I'm sure that the spotter arms hold a lot more than the straps probably hold, but mental.
Yeah.
So
I switched over to spotter arms. I had pin pipes, the pipe safeties.
Yeah,
and that's jarring. That's a jarring fail. But I have these straps at home.
Let's see what. So Porter Fizzed, a future guest. Are we allowed to say that yet? He's coming up. He says, not a question, Mr. Darko, but I'm planning on snagging a longie and then acid darkening it. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. No, he was showing. He had that the Tri-Fighter at Home Gym Con where he kind of did. It's that like kind of beeswax finish, and I don't know. It looked really tricked out. Looked really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, if he ends up doing that to a longie, that'd be awesome. It'll at least come to him. He won't. So like he's chamfering the holes on all of his stuff too. Just like, that's what we do on our stainless longies, on stainless shorty. We chamfer all the holes and all the edges so it's nice and rounded and smooth. So at least he won't have to do it on that one if he gets a stainless one, because that is a very time-consuming process.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to get mine first, Mr. Porter, because yours will be at least number 102 in the queue.
I was going to say,
I have a shipping.
Darko's going to log off this call, and he's going to be at 4:30 again.
He's going to drive back to the warehouse.
It's like, guys, it's way too hot for this. Let's go.
Okay, final question. Thank you so much for being our first guest, by the way. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, thanks for having me.
How many nights have you slept in the warehouse in the time that you've owned Darko? I know you've probably got a count somewhere, right?
No, the warehouse, I haven't. I've spent all summer there outside of sleeping. Basically, I pretty much lived there all summer long. But no sleeping at the warehouse yet, thankfully. I mean, I got 2 little kids at home, so I always want to make it home for dinner. But man, during summer, we were there at 5 in the morning, not leaving until 7, 8 o'clock at night, almost every single night this summer. It was
Wow.
not the funnest experience.
That's amazing. Well, Darko, I mean, Scott said it. I'm going to repeat it. Thank you so much for coming on. I have to admit, I'm saying this not to inflate egos. When Scott said, "Hey, Darko is going to come on," I was floored, like floored. I'm not. I mean, I've been a fan of your content and of your products, and just seeing your growth over the last couple of years. That I just can't believe we got to spend time with you. It's incredibly cool. So thank you so much.
No, thanks for having me. I always say it, I'm a home gym person first and then a manufacturer second. Anytime I can spend a little bit of time talking about home gym stuff with people is absolutely my favorite time. No, I appreciate you guys having me on. So especially as your first guest, I'm definitely an honor there.
You're letting us work out those kinks, hopefully.
Yeah. And I respect you so much that I'm going to wait to say go Broncos until after you've exited this stage. So.
That's right. I was supposed to wear my Patriots hat tonight. I forgot.
Yeah. The Raiders actually they got the last preseason game going on right now too.
Yeah, I mean you're up 3-0, but I don't think the Raiders have been good since they had who's that kid? Their 4th rounder. I can't remember what his name was. He was bad. Well, are you I guess really quickly, are you a Fernando thing?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think he's I'm hoping he'll be the real deal. He looks pretty decent out there so far. Smart kid, good kid.
But where is he? I mean, obviously you have Bo Nix as your number 1 quarterback in the AFC West. I mean, that right? And then
I felt really bad for you guys last year. I'll be honest. I really felt bad for you guys.
Yeah, we lost to a 3rd string.
Yeah.
Crazy. And we almost beat him without Bo. No offense over there. Mr. Well, don't worry, we'll edit all this out. Luke Jay's just gonna punch me through the screen.
I'm just looking at it. I'm like, hey, my team made the Super Bowl last year. I mean,
did they really? They
did. They didn't show up, but they made it. I mean,
where's the mute?
I don't think they played, but they made it.
No, I'm hoping Fernando. Cool. Us Raider fans have had a rough go of it for the last my entire lifetime. So it would be nice to have a little bit of success here at some point. I don't expect it this year, but
I think football needs the Raiders. They need the villain back. They need that team back.
They do.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it. First guest.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for everyone that joined the chat. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Darko.
Yeah, have a great night.
All right. See you guys.
All right.
So now we're back. That was awesome. Come on. Was that awesome? That was pretty awesome.
I'm still floored. And I know we've got more guests in the coming weeks. And, that was our first one. Hopefully it was okay. I think we got some kinks we'll work out for the audience. Thanks for sticking with us so much. I mean, this whole few weeks here, Scott, has been so humbling looking at the names that are taking the time to spend their Thursday night with us in the chat, watching, talking. And
if Darko texts me a chiropractic bill for his back because he had to carry this whole episode, I'm gonna bill you.
He's a good guy, man. He's such a solid guy. I'm floored by all the people we get to talk with and talk to here every Thursday night so far.
Let me give you all. Let me try to find it unless you have it quicker than me. Let me give you the rundown of what we have coming next. I want to make sure I get the dates right. But Jason and I have started texting so much now that I think it's so far back I can't even find it. It's so far back.
And they say romance is dead, right?
Yeah. One of my kids at work today was like, "Is this like your best friend now?" And I'm like, "Look, we got a lot going on. All right, we got to talk a lot.
Yeah.
Okay,
we got a lot going on." Hey, Kodo's talking about your mic. He said it's the stylish mic decor.
Yes. Yeah. We shouted you out at the beginning, my
tonight. Man. Yeah.
We shouted you out. You got it. Jason, bail me out here. Do you know where they are? I might not be able to find them.
I know who we have coming on in coming weeks. Porter, you're joining us. Exponent Edge is going to come on.
I got it. Okay, I got it.
All right.
So Darko was today. September 17th. Please mark your calendar. September 17th, Mutant Metals. Mutant Metals will be joining us, everybody. And then October 1st, we have Exponent Edge. I will have my YouTube out on the Infinity Arm, which is phenomenal. So I'll have that out, and I'll have it behind me. And who knows what Jason will do? He's got chest supported row envy, so he might be able to find something. And then we have Porter 2 weeks after that on the 15th. So pretty excited. Thank you to everyone again with Mr. Big J here. Thank you to everyone that's hung with us. And we really appreciate y'all. So thanks, everyone.
Yeah, man. Thanks. If you got any questions, feedback, throw them in the chat. We'll get back to you. If not, we'll see you next week.
Have a good night.
See ya.